You had Darnell Wright on the other day. We played a little snippet of it yesterday because we have loved his kind of breakout season to another level. And you got stuff out of him about what Dan Roushar, the offensive line coach, has meant to him, which shed new light on the progress. Like that human connection and that encouragement was incredible to hear about on the pod. What about Dan Roushar's coaching helped you in some of the same ways you suspect it might be helping Darnell? Because you were a Pro Bowler 3 times when Dan Roushar was your coach.
Yeah, man, Dan is excellent. He's amazing. He's like a human whisperer. Like he just finds the ways to motivate you, to make you focus on the right things. He demands a standard every day, and he won't yell for it. He won't call you out your name or do anything explosive. Very calmly, but the standard is set, and it has to be that every single day. So being in Chicago with the talented group that they have and bringing in Joe Thuney and Jonah Jackson and the guys that they already had in the building, I'm not surprised. Like, no question about it. I'm not surprised about the success that they're having already and the success that they will continue to have. He builds confidence. He builds camaraderie and cohesiveness. Like, he really believes in that, having chemistry across the board. So I know those guys are spending time together, getting to know each other more. And as Darnell spoke on this set, he talked about just having someone to have that unconditional confidence in him, and it helps him to display that in himself now.
When you watch Darnell from his first couple years to where he is now, where do you think he's improved?
Confidence is one, and it's easy to say, like, what does that mean? But if you play the game in a safe way, you are putting yourself in position to not make mistakes, but you're not putting yourself in position to make plays. What Darnell Wright is doing, he is making plays. He's making as many plays as any skill player that's on the Chicago Bears offense. He's creating lanes and he's creating opportunities for those guys to be successful. You don't do that without confidence. So Dan bringing that along to guys like Darnell and others is a huge asset. But for Darnell and his technique, what I seen from him and what I spent some time on the field with him during training camp, he kept retreating for no reason. Like he would gradually continue to back up and give away real estate that wasn't earned. And so that was like the biggest thing that we talked about is make every person earn every blade of grass. He's a big, strong, massive man. So if he says that your push stops here, a lot of times it's going to stop right there, wherever he determined that to be. So him just taking a set and the work that he's put in throughout this season has been incredible. It's been fun to watch his progression and development, and it's only going to get better.
Is that approach from Roshar and that worked with you and worked with Darnell of helping to build confidence through kindness and calm? Is that an outlier among offensive line coaches? Like, we think of offensive line coaches as ass kickers, and you big strong dudes as people who need your ass kicked. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't even say it's kindness from Dan. It's direct and it doesn't waver. So if you hear the same thing every day, like, that's not good enough. I need this to be better. I need that to be, this is how it's done, over and over and over and over, in a way that is explained to you, in a way that is easily processed, in a way that is digestible. I think that's the outlier. That the fact that Dan's patience in walking you down towards the progression or doing the right things, his patience in that process, I think that's the outlier, what makes him special as a coach. A lot of different coaching styles there, a lot of them work. His approach, it fits any player.
Terron, how did you see the left tackle position change from the moment that you walked into the league to the moment that you walked out?
It has developed for sure. These guys are being asked to do a lot more in run game and screen game, I would say, opposed to back when I was playing, we were drop back passes, one-on-one with me and the DN. When I was with New Orleans, Drew Brees, he's trying to dissect the defense. Now it's a lot more screen game, reverses, tackles getting a lot of catches and touchdowns that I missed out on, sadly. But it's evolved. It's evolved. And even pass protection is not as much one-on-one pass protection. Not like drop back, 5-step, 7-step. You don't see as much of that anymore. These schemes have developed and progressed because a lot of these rushers have as well. You know, Myles Garrett is, we don't know if he's human for real. So it's not the smartest thing to just line him up with somebody and block one-on-one all day. So if you have an opportunity in scheme to create ways to get help, you do that for sure.
So before we get to Myles specifically, who we get to see this week, it makes like the Bears have had 3 different left tackles this year. They a holdover former 5th-round pick, and then they had an undrafted Canadian in Theo Benedette, and now the 2nd-round kid Trapillo, who we were told might not even be a left tackle in training camp. So they keep getting chip help and max protect. That speaks to what you're saying about the evolution of the position, doesn't it?
Yeah, and those guys individually have played pretty well too, all things considered. They have. Ozzie has impressed me quite a bit. Seeing him in place of Braxton and those guys, they played pretty well over there at the left tackle spot. And it's like I say, it goes back to that standard of the offensive line. It's just not Dan just on Darnell Wright. He's on Joe Thuney, who's a all-pro, multiple-time Pro Bowler. He's on him the same way. So guys like Ozzie and any of the other young guys, you have to come every day to bring your best. And you do that every day. You have that standard every day. You have no choice but to get better. And they're doing that.
All right, let's talk about Myles Garrett. Because, look, in our group chat on the show, we've been sharing the clip of him doing a Euro step to beat a double team. I think you're right. I don't think he's human. And now the Bears have to deal with him this week. What is that guy, and why is he so difficult to deal with?
He's a problem, man. He's a problem. Like throughout my career, as I would game plan and dissect rushers, I try to take away what they're best at. So if it's a power guy, I'm gonna get on him early. If it's a speed guy, I'm gonna meet him at a point, kind of deeper in the pocket. If it's a guy that has a spin, I'm looking to take that away the entire game. This man does everything at the highest level. So at the end of the day, my game plan for Myles, well, let's go do it. Let's go dance, baby. Let's really just line up best on best and let's do it. It's really like you go out and you compete at the highest level when you got somebody that can, even though you do everything right, they can still beat you. Okay, I'm gonna go do everything right. I'm gonna play physical, fast, and we're gonna dance. That's really the approach for when you got a guy like Myles Garrett. You shy away from it at any moment, he got you. It'll get ugly. You go battle. You go compete at the highest level. That's it. That's all you want to do.
And did you want help? Did you get help? How did that play out?
If you guys knew Sean Payton, he wasn't he's a do your job type of guy. So if your spot is play left tackle and block that man, you play left tackle, you block that man. He's not really a reinvent the wheel. He would implement some type of help and a chip every now and then, but no, me and Myles, we went toe to toe, 1-on-1 for a lot of battles, and it was great.
Terron, Drew is one of my favorite quarterbacks for a very specific reason. And I talk about it, Speaks and I talk about it a lot. The idea of athleticism in the pocket. Now, we know that Drew wasn't going to win a 40-yard dash against someone, but he was really good at taking a step to the left, step to the right.
And
climbing the pocket, changing a launch point. So what was that like for you guys to know that you had a guy that, while doing all of that, he was going to keep his eyes down the field?
He was an elite athlete in the pocket. Like, to your point, elite athlete in the pocket. Like, his short area movements, his footwork was clean as ever. But the way that Drew prepared and how he was able to diagnose defenses before the snap was his superpower. So we knew with Drew, most times the ball would be out fairly quickly. Like, you stop that initial rush, the ball's gone. Most times. It'll be other times where he had to, be mobile in the pocket, and he can do that with the best of them. He was an elite athlete in the pocket. And it helps to know where your quarterback is. Caleb Williams, I've seen growth and progression in his game, a lot of times he's able to diagnose and get rid of the ball quick, early. There's other times that he's using his playmaking ability, strengths that Drew didn't have. So I can't say that's the right thing to do or not. Like, he can do these things at a very high level. He's not making bad plays worse. He's not taking the unnecessary sacks and unnecessary hits. So I like where Caleb Williams is right now, and I think he will continue to speed up his process. He will continue to speed up the operation. He'll find the easy ones more often. And as he continue to do that, man, he'll be more and more dangerous and borderline unstoppable.
That's Terron Armstead, and that's really interesting to hear you say, because you were honest about what you saw from Caleb in training camp. I remember we played it on this show about seeing some concern about his processing. And we like having honest conversations about where Caleb is. We just had one before we brought you on. So it's interesting. You do see improvement is what you're saying. What's left for him to do, you think, from what you've been able to see?
Continue that, man. Continue to work his process, his preparation, find the easy throws. The ball moves best when it's in the hands of the eligibles. So as fast as he is, as good of an athlete as he is, the ball moves best. We score more points when the ball is in the hands of his eligibles, the guys that are out there to make plays, to get yards after catch, and all those things. So the more he can do that, more often he can just get the ball to his eligibles. They've been running the ball incredibly well, and that's the same thing. Just giving the ball to the eligibles, let them do what they're paid to do. So as he can continue to speed up his process, his preparation, diagnosing blitzes, and different schemes as the rotations are happening, and these things come with reps, come with time. But I've been impressed, man, from Philly and the dynamic schemes that they have with Vic Fangio to Green Bay Packers. We've seen the Packers dominate top offenses at times this year, dominate. And Caleb and he orchestrated that offense, and they were able to go down and move the ball down the field at will, essentially, in the second half. So it's there, but more often, let's make it more common.
What do you think of Ben Johnson, and what do you think of his run schemes?
I think Ben Johnson is fire. I think he's very sure of the type of team that he wants to have, very sure of the direction of the organization, very sure of himself and the identity of that he's bringing, physicality, different matchup problems, scheme to help create lanes and create space for his eligibles. I think he's a phenomenal coach. And from everything he's shown so far, from what we saw from this Bears offense last year, and Caleb being sacked more than anybody in NFL history, to where we are today, and so much room to grow and to get better, so many more challenges to come up to, and adversity, and work through that and fight through that. But what I've seen from Ben Johnson thus far has been incredible.
Man, this is such great stuff. One more on the coaches, because you had Dennis Allen. You shared space with Dennis Allen for some time there. Bears aren't generating a lot of pass rush with the front four. Montez Sweat is getting there a little bit more, but it's been fascinating to watch him. You think the lack of a pass rush affects what Dennis Allen can do, as you know, from a theoretical standpoint?
That's my one concern, guys. That's my biggest concern with the Bears moving forward. Like, if they can make a real playoff push the rest of December and January, is because when you get to those games in January, you get to those playoffs, can you rush forward and get home? And on the other side, can you protect against forward? Dennis Allen can scheme up better than anybody, as well as anybody we've seen in the league. And he's done it throughout the years. He can create pressure. He can create blitzes. When you get into the playoffs and you have a team that is focused on you and you only, and they see these blitzes and they're ready to slide this way, slide that way, and it's less people in the back end now because you got safeties blitzing, and it makes it really hard to win those playoff games. So my one
sorry, go ahead.
No, my one concern is Bears pass rush. Can those guys win with four? It's not for me to say right now. They have the guys that's capable. I know Brady Jerry can get hot at any moment as well. Montez Sweat has been playing well. And they got some young guys too that's going in and that have moments. But on a consistent basis, if the Bears can generate pass rush, they're dangerous. They're dangerous. They got the ability to beat anybody.
Great stuff from Terron Armstead. What a pleasure. Hey, I was somehow just hip to this week that Big John Henderson used to have an assistant coach slap him across the face before games. Like, that's what got that guy going as a tackle. And now I got to ask, was that ever a thing for you? Did you ever need anybody to slap you across the face to get you going for a game?
No, absolutely not. Mama told me somebody hits you, you hit them back. No, sir, not me.
Okay.
All right, so look,
right.
everyone that's within the sound of our voice, you need to go to YouTube and become a subscriber to the set.
Or else Lawrence will come and slap you across the face, because that's what he does.
That's what I like to do. But you should definitely look if you like really good offensive line content. Terron has a bunch of it, and he's got a bunch of Bears content that's right there this week. Fresh stuff that he did. So go and subscribe to the set and show him some support and some love for the great content that he provided to us this afternoon. Terron, this was an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much.
No, thank you. I appreciate you guys, man. For real. Thank you.